They're two parallel masterpieces.
It's a joke. I don't think it's a joke.
No, but they do work very well.
Ridley, how have you noticed this 24-year difference in you as a filmmaker in your experience making Gladiator 2 compared to the making of the first one?
They're two parallel masterpieces.
It's a joke. I don't think it's a joke.
No, but they do work very well. I mean, I've given up being modest over the years because I know what I'm doing,
right,
you know.
exactly.
And I think one thing you learn as a filmmaker, and I think indeed as an actor, and indeed as a painter, indeed as a writer, there's only one critic, with great respect to you, there's one critic that counts, that's yourself. You have to look at what you've done and make an assessment and say, that's it, okay? And so, and therefore, and you only learn that through experience again and again. It's like athletics, like my sport was tennis. Again, when you're working circuit, you're doing 5 hours practice a day. If you do that, you're going to be a good player. If you do less, you're going to not be as good as the person who does. So that's my job.
And Pedro Pascal has said that he'd rather get thrown off a building than fight you again, Paul. And the hand-to-hand combat is one of my absolute favorite parts of this film. There's so many great fight scenes. Could you talk a bit about the process of making these scenes, the choreography, the physical preparation?
It is choreography. It's choreography, and to sell a blow is important as receiving the blow.
Yeah.
Both the ballet is, they're that close to hitting each other, but the sell is as important as the delivery.
And Ridley's been like, not just in both Gladiators, but like the action sequences in, say, for example, Napoleon, like he's done it time and time again. So getting to step into a film where you feel the total security of the filmmaker with these action sequences, because to my mind, I've seen lots of action films recently where I'm bored by the action because you feel like the characters at the center of them are invincible, and that's not interesting to an audience because then the stakes aren't high. And I think we really focused on kind of each fight having a distinct feeling to it, and that as the film progresses, you feel like the characters' bodies are becoming more fatigued. Like, can you imagine going into the Colosseum every second or third day? The spike of adrenaline, the impacts, like over the course of the film, you want to feel like their bodies are slowing down. And yeah.
You know, Orson Welles had a great expression. He said, making a film is the best train set a boy could ever have, right? And by the train set, that's a massive understatement of crew, the backup, how you do it, etc. But he was the driver of the train, and a brilliant driver too. But in a funny kind of way, people who make film, we're all children. We're children. And I remember, I'm a war baby, so I used to walk around in a uniform with a plastic gun, and we'd play battles. I'd be 10 years old, and we'd do battle scenes in wartime, and I would say, I get to die today.
Yeah.
I get to die first today. And with all my buddies, so I used to die really well. It'd take me a minute to go, So in a funny kind of way, that's acting, right?
Totally, yeah.
There you go.
Paul, we've gotten used to seeing you in these, these gentle performances in these amazing independent movies. What's been the biggest challenge in stepping into this epic, blockbuster, huge action production?
I think it's different for an audience than it feels to me. It's like, I think as an actor, it's important to be versatile. I know what I can do in my mind, but it's just, I'm still, if you look at it, like I'm still at the infancy of my career. Like I hope that I can continue surprising people, but I also know, like if I'm being honest, I wasn't stepping onto the set being like, oh, I don't know if I can play a gladiator. I wouldn't have said yes. Because it's a very public place to embarrass yourself if you don't know if you can play a gladiator. So I was confident that I could do this, and I was confident that if any director was going to capture it, it was going to be Ridley. But I think hopefully as my career continues, that you can play with what an audience is expecting from you, you know, or hopefully.
Ridley, with Alien and Blade Runner, other directors got to make the first sequels. Was it particularly important to you that you yourself got to helm this Gladiator 2?
No, I get the choice. I do it. I'm the boss. So, and I say, Gladiator now is 20 years old. We really should do something. And we had a go, but you remember, in 20 years, I've done 17 movies, big ones. So I'm quite busy. And along the way, I'm constantly thinking about, there's got to be a sequel, okay? We had one go with a good writer who it defeated him, and he knew it and said, I can't do it, but wasted almost 2 years. So I thought, it's not going to happen. And then the obvious thing is, listen, address the two survivors, the mother and the son. You have a great footprint you got to sit at a table and slog. Have you written a book?
Never.
Do you want to write a book?
Yes, definitely.
Bloody try. It's hard work. Screenplay is a book. So you're going to write the book from scratch, a blank sheet. The sun was shining. Then what?
That's the start of your book.
That's the
start of my book.
So are you nearly done? I want to say something about you northern people.
Yes, please.
You're so talented. You're Scandinavian. The whole Scandinavian thing is brilliant. Your shows that come down, a lot of television come down, which is marvelous. I don't know what it is. It must be those long, dark winters you got nothing else to do but practice acting.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you.